Hey guys, so I want to go ahead and share with you how to go ahead and release trauma, past traumas that are inside of your body, okay? So first I'm going to share with you how traumas get stored, and then I'm going to share with you exactly how to release it, okay? So check this out. Here's what happens. Traumas are basically normal events that we had a elevated emotion. We got really emotional when that event happened. And so when that event happened, we actually imprinted that event into our mind and into our body. And now, because it's a bad event, we call it trauma. So if it was a good event, we might call it a great experience, right? It was an awesome time. But because it was a bad event, we call it trauma. Okay, so that's how they get stored. Okay, so now here is what you can do to release it. Okay, to release it, number one, we have to feel it again. You can't release an emotion if you don't feel it. If someone goes, hey, I released it, it's gone for me, and they never actually felt that emotion, they didn't have to sit with it, then what they actually did was they stuffed it under the rug. They just pressed it into their body, and now it's stored somewhere inside their body. They didn't release it, and now it's still affecting their life. So if they're wondering why they have certain problems with relationships, certain money problems, certain personal problems, all these problems that are just happening, and they blame it on genetics, or they blame it on their personality, or they blame it on other people, when really the thing is they never released these emotions that got trapped inside of their body that happened from the traumas. Okay, so here's what the number one first thing is: you got to experience these emotions again. So here's how you experience it. Okay, here's what you do: you close your eyes, and then you go through that experience in your mind, and you say it out loud. This is best done when you have somebody in front of you. So this way you have somebody to engage it with. But if you don't have somebody in front of you, or you're a very religious person, you like to speak to the Lord, speak to God, speak to Jesus, speak to Buddha, you can do that as well. You can speak to your angel, or you can go ahead and do it with a trusted friend or somebody. Or if you can just speak to yourself. But you speak it out loud, okay? And then you explain exactly what happened in this trauma, in this event. You explain it, okay? You explain it with detail. So let's just say, for example, hey, when I was 15 years old, I went to this party, and then when I was walking, I remember I was wearing this blue shirt, and you explain all the details, okay? Because you're trying to recreate this event into your mind, so this way you can experience how that emotion was, okay? So you want it, because this way you can lift it up, because that emotion's inside of you, and you got to bring it up. So you explain everything, what you were wearing, what it smelled like, all the details that you can, from beginning of the event all the way to the end of the event, okay? So at the end of the event, once you're done, if this is a drama that's been trapped inside of you, you're gonna feel the emotions, you're gonna feel the anger, you're gonna feel the sadness, the depression, the loneliness, whatever it is, you're gonna feel the emotion. It's perfectly normal, it's all part of it, like I was saying. Now, here's what you do. Breathe, okay? Go ahead and breathe and let it go. You can just breathe 20 deep breaths. So breath in, 1, 2, 3, 20 times, okay? Keep it really simple. Now, go through it again, right from the beginning. All right, so I was 15 years old, I was walking this party. The exact same thing, you say it just like the way you said it before with all of the details. What's gonna happen is you're gonna see more details. You're going to explain more details naturally because you're getting more familiar. You bring this event back into your present moment, right? This happened in the past, but every time when you think about it, it becomes a little more clear. So now you're explaining this event again, and you're going through the same thing, right? Just like you did before. You're also feeling the emotions that you felt before, but this time you feel the emotions a little bit less. Why? Because you just cleared a little bit of it. You brought it up, you breathed, and you let go of part of it, and then now you bring it back up again, and then after you're done explaining this whole event from start to end, right, to whatever bad thing happened, now you're feeling it again, you're worked up again. Breathe 20 times, nice and deep and slow. Now, after the breathing, you do it again. So you keep doing this process. And it doesn't matter how many times you have to do it. For some people, you may need to do it 5-7 times. For some people, you may need to do it 20 or 30 times, okay? Is it gonna take a while? Yes, it will. So invest the time. Because what you are doing is you are clearing and you are letting go of this emotion. And you are not stuffing this trauma down. Because you can learn a lot from this trauma. There are deep lessons in your life that you can learn, but you're not going to be able to learn it if you just go ahead and push the trauma down and just try to forget about it. Because what you do is you end up forgetting. You don't really forget, you just avoid it. But you actually forget the lesson that you could have learned from it. And so now you get to learn this lesson because you are experiencing, you are seeing this thing. You're seeing this and reliving this event. But you disattach and let go of the emotion that you have. So now what at the end of this 7 times, 30 times, it might have taken you an hour or maybe even longer. It's different for everybody. But the moment you know you are done is when you are saying this event from beginning to the end and you don't feel any type of emotional trauma of any sort. You don't feel uncomfortable. You don't feel tense. You don't feel upset. You don't feel sad. You don't feel depressed. You don't feel any of these things. You're able to say it all the way to the end and it feels normal. It just feels like any event that happened to your life that you're just explaining. That's when you know it's gone. And just to be on the safe side, when that happens, maybe do it one more time, just in case, okay? Because you already did it that many times, so what's one more time? You want to make sure you go all the way to the deepest thing and you release it, okay? So then, after you're done, stand up and you're gonna feel lighter, okay? Trust me when I say this, try it out and you'll see what I mean. Don't take my word for it. Try it out. Your body will feel lighter. Your mind is gonna feel like you just let go of this whole big thing. Your mind's gonna be like so fresh. You're gonna feel like fresh breath air, fresh air. It's gonna feel amazing because you let go of this blockage of energy that you've been holding on to. And then suddenly you're gonna notice that everything that you're gonna do after that is a little bit different. Because this energy, this emotion has been blocking everything. You just don't know the things that's been blocking because you had it for so long. But then when we let it go, now you can experience how it's like to be more free. So what we do is we can do this with every single one of our past traumas, one by one. And every time when we do one, it makes the other ones easier to let go. And at some point, we aren't being attached to that old stuff anymore. All of these bad experiences from the past are now all lessons for us to learn. They're lessons for us to gain. They're wisdom for us. But they are not emotional baggage that we have to carry around anymore. Try that out, guys. Let me know how you like it.